Okay, so today is a book haul day. I've never done a book haul before, but I've been watching booktube stuff, so I've learned. This is to cover June and July because I bought a lot of books in June and July. And July's not even over, but hopefully I don't buy any more books because, I have bills I occasionally have to pay. I have not unpacked from England yet. I wanted to do a book haul because I just couldn't wait any longer because I was so excited about all the books and I want to share them with you. And yeah, I'm really jumpy today, so sorry. The first thing is I bought a couple of books at Printers Row. One of them I don't have any with me anymore because I gave it to my mom to read. The Secret of the Pink Carnation, historical romance, more romance than historical stuff. It was good. It was fine. I gave it 3 stars. So about that, and I also bought the Reformed Vampire Support Group, young adult-ish thing by Catherine Jinks. I mean, it's about people who are not like super sexy vampires and, getting through stuff like that. It won a lot of awards. It was pretty cheap for a hardcover. I also bought for $10, the annotated Peter Pan. I already have a copy of Peter Pan, but I am of the opinion that you can have so many different editions of Peter Pan, and it's okay because it's Peter Pan and it's beautiful and it's got pictures and stuff. I love Peter Pan. Okay, so that was my Printers Row shopping, and then obviously you saw my video. I'm assuming you saw my video of me at Mr. B's Emporium of Reading Delights in Bath. What I didn't say in that is that I went twice. I went several days before I took that video and just bought this book, Never Let Me Go, by Ishiguro, who wrote The Remains of the Day. I have read this before, and I really, really liked it. It was one of the first literary novels that I'd read as an adult. My friend Lila recommended it to me when I was doing my master's program in Bath, so I actually read it in England the first time. Then I saw the movie about a year ago, and the book club I'm a part of on Goodreads with some of my friends decided to read this for the month of July, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to reread it, because it was good the first time. It is still good the second time, but it's so exciting to read for the first time where you have no idea what the big thing is about, and I can't say much, otherwise it would give it away. But that reveal the first time, because you have no idea, is so moving and poignant and just shocking and all that kind of stuff. I thought the casting was well done in the film because I cannot stand the character of Ruth in this, and she's played by Keira Knightley in the film, who I don't often like. Okay, so that was my one trip to Mr. B's, and then the second trip that I videoed, I bought Dr. No by Ian Fleming, right? Yep. The 6th James Bond novel. I've read the first 5. I think there's like 14. I love them. They're so much fun. They're interesting. The character of James Bond is way more layered than you get in the films, as well as his women who are more layered, and then you get the gadgets somewhat, but it's different. And I wish they did movies actually set in the time period these books were in, because I think that would be fun and very vintage, but they don't. I like the movies. I showed this I showed this before, Just One Day by Gail Foreman. I own If I Stay and Where She Went, which are mentioned here. I will be doing a book review of this because it's awesome and it deserves a book review. And then I also bought, but I've already read as well, it's just this little book called The Fault in Our Stars. Maybe you've heard of it, by this man called John Green. Dark Woods by Steve Volk, who is one of my former master's professors. After meeting on a holiday in Montana, Cal and Eden decide to explore the mountains beyond their campground, but deep in the woods, someone is watching them. Jefferson Boyd, a lone outcast, believes he has discovered a way of turning dreams into reality. Now all he needs is someone to experiment on. It sounds really fun. Obviously, I bought it because my name is in it. My name is Eden. ecnewman. Eden is the E part of that. And it's my former professor, and so obviously he named a character after me, or he just really liked the name Eden, which is probably more true. Another professor from my school, from my master's program, Julia Green. Last book I read by her was Breathing Underwater, which was great. She has this amazing I don't know, she creates a great atmosphere. It's very gentle and quiet books, but I think quiet books are amazing. They don't have to be all in your face all the time kind of thing, which you sometimes get with young adults. It's about a girl, bad breakup, goes off with their parents on holiday at this remote island. She's healing. Her parents are near divorce, divorce them. And I'm really excited about reading this because like I said, Breathing Underwater was so good. I also have that somewhere on my bookshelf. It's a very big stack. Okay, so that was Mr. B's. There's two independent bookstores in Bath, as well as Waterstones. I actually never walked into Waterstones. I feel very, very, protesty because of that. Another one called Topping and Company. Slightly different. I don't know the people as well as I know the people at Mr. B's. I bought Dorothy L. Sayers' Hangman's Holiday. It's a collection of short stories about Lord Peter Wimsey, possibly my most literary boyfriend, even though he's like 40-something and way smarter than me and probably would just think I was an idiot and not really like me like I like him, but that's why they're literary. They can't reject you. I've been reading a lot of Dorothy L. Sayers. I haven't finished all the novels as of yet, but I love the English covers so much more than American covers. I mean, look how beautiful that is, and all of them are like that, because most of them I bought when I was in England. Let me show you what the American covers look like. Yeah! What is that? I mean, it's okay, but this, I mean, yeah, no contest. So, even though I haven't finished the novels, I thought I will buy another Dorothy L. Sayers because she's Dorothy L. Sayers. She's a contemporary of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, one of the first women to graduate from Oxford. She's so brilliant. I sometimes don't understand a good portion of these, but I always get them by the end and whodunit. So, there we go. I also bought, because Topping and Company has a lot of signings, about 2 weeks before I went to England, Neil Gaiman was there. So they had signed first editions, which I bought one for The Ocean at the End of the Lane, in case you have been under a rock and don't know who Neil Gaiman is. I'm so sorry for you because he's Neil Gaiman, and this is his new book. It was his last book tour, supposedly. So I'm sad that I didn't see him on his book tour, although I saw him 3 or 4 years ago and got Coraline signed and said hello. He's awesome. He's so gracious, too. Follow his Tumblr. He's so nice to people. And they really ask dumb questions. And last but not least, Topping and Company, I got This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Look at that cover. Isn't it gorgeous? Anyway, it's I think it's the first novel that he ever had published. And I really like Fitzgerald after sort of delving into The Great Gatsby sort of more intentionally this year. I really want to read most of his stuff. So, I started it. It's interesting. It's not quite Gatsby, obviously, but hey, we all start somewhere. I'm pretty darn sure my second novel will be better than my first one when it gets done. So, that's my book haul. 11 books in 2 months that I bought. And that doesn't even count Kindle books that I buy on stupid occasion that cost me $2.99 and I usually regret buying because they're not often the best literature. So, I will do book reviews probably starting this month because, sad to say, we are out of England, which means you're not going to get a whole lot of scenery tours on this channel. Talk to you later because I need to write. Peace out, people.